Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So I'm here today to talk about how I think that the Samsung Galaxy A53 is a mistake. And it could have been a lot better. I feel like Samsung really cheaped out here in a couple of different ways, but they missed the train. They missed the bandwagon and two different opportunities to where they could really make this a standout phone instead of a sellout phone. Now, I have reviewed it. It's a perfectly good phone. If you want to get one, it's going to last you all day. It's going to take decent pictures. It's got the 120 hertz refresh rate on the screen. It's actually got a really nice screen. That's kind of where I draw the line, though, because the performance is not the greatest in the world. But Samsung had a really good opportunity here to try and seal the deal on the lower mid-tier sector by doing two things. One, putting a better chip in it, because this Exynos 1280 is not it. They could have put a 750G, they could have put a 778. By all accounts, it's not even as good as last year's A52 in the processor department. So the 1280, while it is okay, it's very power efficient and it gets the job done for most people, I think it could have been a lot better because you have the iPhone SE 2022, which has tons of power, and I think the performance is tremendously better. You have the Pixel 6a right around the corner, and you've got another phone coming out that's going to make people think twice about what kind of phone they're going to spend $400 or $500 on, because the new Motorola the Moto G Stylus 2022 5G is coming. So I ordered mine. It's already out already. Mine will be here, I think, Sunday, which is a couple days from now. But it has a stylus. What other phone has a stylus now other than the S22 Ultra? None. Really, there just isn't any. I mean, other than the Fold. But they had an opportunity here because the LG Stylo is gone, and Motorola has doubled down on these lower tier stylus phones. Motorola has flooded the lower tier market with these cheap, well, kind of cheap anyway, stylus phones. This one, the Moto G Stylus 2022 5G, is going to be $499, but they have two lesser models that don't have 5G. But that's basically three stylus phones that you're going to be able to get anywhere from like $250 to $500. And you're going to be able to get some deals probably at Cricket, probably at Metro, probably at Boost, wherever you find these things at on a carrier shelf on the like third-party phone market. People who are interested in those phones, because a stylus is a really cool tool that you can use, and Samsung has the best one in the business, in my opinion, the S Pen. They didn't necessarily need to put an amazing S Pen in here, but if they sold this, let's say for $350 instead of $449, I think it's overpriced. And of course, Samsung likes to do that. They like to start high, give you the offers, give you the trade-in deals, try and give you a pair of Galaxy Buds Live for free that are $169 value. They're really like $45 earbuds nowadays. Yeah, they could have thrown in the earbuds. They could have sold it for $350 out the door without trade-in credit. They could have given you trade-in credit, and they could have given you a stylus. And it doesn't have to be an active stylus. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just something simple, just like that they do on the Moto G Stylus, where it's just a regular old stylus that they send with the phone. They could have put a little place in here for a compartment. They could have even gone the lazy route, and they could have made a case and put it on the side like they did with the S21 Ultra last year. Most people were mostly okay with that. I didn't have any problems with that either, and it gave you the opportunity for a bigger, wider, easier stylus to use. So had Samsung been more forward thinking here, they could have done a lot with this and made it like the $400 price point Swiss Army knife that really just beat out everybody else, because whenever you see the Pixel 6a, it's not going to have 120 Hz refresh rate. It's not going to have as nice of a screen. It's not going to have all four cameras on the back. There's a lot of stuff that really goes a long way with this phone that has flashes of brilliance where it's like, man, this is kind of an appealing phone. And then you start using it and it's a little on the laggy side, but some people don't care about that. But I think maybe people should care more at the $450 price point. Had they sold this around $350, maybe even $399, and thrown an S Pen with it, I think it would have been a big game changer, because there's just nobody else out there that does that. Samsung has the money, they have the opportunity to do it, and they're using their own Exynos chipset, which I'm sure they're doing that because of the chip shortage, and probably nobody wants these things. But it could have been the phone that checked a lot of boxes and been the go-to Samsung phone at this price point, because then it had been like, okay, $350, you could get the A53, and then you could be like, okay, at $599, $699, you can get the S21 FE, and then you got the S22. There would have been a much better stratification, and then another opportunity, because there's just nothing out there. Unless you want to hang on to the old LG Stylo, if you want to pick one for these Moto G Stylus phones, which I'm not particularly crazy about any of them. And this one I think they're coming out with is going to be too much at $499. Nobody's going to buy it at that. They're probably going to get subsidized trade-in prices, contract pricing, things like that. But at $499, it's way too much. And especially for only one operating system update, and it just doesn't have a lot going for it in the hardware department, other than it offers a stylus. And the only other stylus opportunity before was the Note, which is now the S22 Ultra. So it's like you can get a $1,200 stylus phone, or you can get a $499 stylus phone. And Motorola took advantage of this. They made it a little more premium. They threw a 120 hertz refresh screen on there, and they bumped it up to the $500 price point. If the Note was still there, that phone would still be a $350 phone. Like, make no questions about that. That no ifs, ands, or buts. They're taking advantage of an opportunity because there's a hole there in the market. So nobody is better positioned to serve that market than Samsung, the king of the S Pen, and they could have easily done something like that with this phone, or at least made it stylus compatible, like made it Wacom stylus compatible, and you could buy one aftermarket. People would do that. Maybe they even have trade-in deals or specials whenever you buy them at these carriers. I think there could have been a lot that was done to make this a better phone instead of just a phone that they threw out there. Again, it's perfectly fine for a lot of people. It's going to get supported for a lot of years. It's got One UI on there. It's running Android 12. Software support and longevity is really, and also the multimedia stuff you get to do, playing some light gaming on here, really just watching videos, doing your social media, your TikToks and all that stuff. That's what this is aimed for. That $400 price point, that new generation, younger kid technology, lots of stuff for them to do with it. It's a good phone, but they really could have thrown an extra bone with this phone, and I think really set it apart from a lot of other devices and really anchored that $400 price segment and given you a good opportunity, because when the Pixel 6a comes out, it's going to have a lot going for it, and it's going to have a much better primary camera. So that stuff is very alluring, it's very appealing to people, and it's going to be probably exactly the same price as this. So yeah, they could have done a lot to differentiate this and made it a standout seller, and they didn't. So I think this phone is a mistake. I think it could have not been a mistake. And again, if you want to get one, it's a perfectly good phone, especially if you can get it cheaper, get some trade-in deals. They've already dropped the price on it. Shoot, you can get it from Amazon for $350 right now in the US here, and you can certainly get it cheaper at carriers and trade-in deals and all that good stuff. So nobody ever really pays full price for these things, and that's another moral of the story. So if nobody's going to pay full price for it anyway, go ham, make it better, and don't just try and cheap out on people. And Samsung had a really big opportunity here, and I think it's a swing and a miss. So that's all I've got on this one. What do you think? Do you think that this phone could have been better? Do you think that it's a short sell? Do you think that Samsung missed the boat on this one with an opportunity to really hit it out of the park and compete instead of just existing? I think there's a big argument to be made for that. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go down to the comments section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and a little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.